or find some people who are looking to stand out in the crowd here, but so which team are you sorting? Oh, Leeds, are you? Okay. Do you want to start with a little one school volleyball? Okay, come on this side. Don't call you Barney because he's going to be double body. On the count of three, we'll see how good these guys are. Okay, if they can follow your lead, because for mine, they might not. So, on the count of three, you're going to get your little arms out. There you go. Don't overdo it. You're just right, ready? Arms out. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go! Oh, we need the dinosaur waves going down. All the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Dennis, you as well. Dennis for brewing. You're ahead of us, triple power volley. Okay, dino arms, are you ready? Give a roar as well. Ready? 1, 2, 3, roar! All the way down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way round, all the way round, all the way round. Referees, roar! Referees, all the way around this side. Are you ready? Dino, 1, 2, 3, go! All the way. Ready, start the door. Ready, 3, go. Go! Ready, go! One more. You start it off. Ready? 1 on your left. That hard possible is the best one so far. Well done. Is it hot enough? Is it hot? Go else again. I hope you beat you. Yes. Are you feeling it? Yes. Okay, that's something.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the National Volleyball Centre here in Kettering for this under-18 men's final. Urmston Grammar in their third final of the weekend, taking on Leeds Gorse in this really exciting under-18 men's final, which I cannot wait for. And I'm joined by Shiloh. Shiloh, looking forward to this game?
Absolutely. We've seen a lot of competitive games this weekend, and this is going to be our last match of the evening.
So let's just have a quick look at some of the ones to watch then for this match. So for Urmston, it's Alex Armstrong, one to watch. A really solid player with 5 aces, 61 perfect passes and a 2.29 passing score. 63 kills and 7 blocks. Leeds Gorse will need to be clever to try and close him out of the game. And for Leeds Gorse then, the one to watch for Leeds is number 10, Ben Sawley. 58 kills, 11 blocks. A really solid player, can play a bit of everywhere, I hear. Solid in blocking. And again, Urmston would need to try and take him out of the game if they're going to be successful. Urmston Grammar then, this is the third final for them. They've been victorious in 2 so far, winning the under-15s and under-16 boys. And they'll be looking to make it 3 from 3 this weekend in the final match of the day here at the National Volleyball Centre in Kettering. We hope you're enjoying this live stream. Let us know your thoughts in the chat and who you think is going to take this game. But Shiloh, I think we're in for a really, really exciting game of volleyball.
Definitely. These are two of the teams that have been very involved in the whole Grand Prix across the season. Very high level, both of these players, and they also have very experienced level. That's weird to say, you know, them being under 18s, but they played so much volleyball. Both of them have been a part of different finals across the last few years. So yeah, lots of good volleyball. We're excited to see.
Yeah, really good point. Leeds Gorse then, first ever under 18 men's final for them, winning the under 15s in 2023 and 2024, the under 16 champions. So there'll be a group of those players who played in both those matches represented today in the Leeds Gorse roster. And again, Urmston, their first ever men's under 18 final too. So 2 teams that might have not been the favourites to be here at Kettering, Newcastle Staffs and Richmond, finishing first and second in the overall rankings. But that's what volleyball's all about, as the players are being introduced to the crowd here at the National Volleyball Centre. Great to see a purple dinosaur down there, Shiloh, too, right?
Yeah, that's what we're here for. It's so much fun, and you know, what both of these teams bring lots of, you know, their family, parents, friends, and everything. Makes for a good crowd, and that's what you want to see in a cup final like this, isn't it?
Absolutely. So the coaches shake hands. Players will shake. No, players not shake hands. And we're just about to put a poll up into the YouTube comment section. So let us know your thoughts on who's going to win this game. Will it be Urmston Grammar, or will it be the team from Leeds? Interesting as well, Shiloh, that some of the Urmston Grammar guys, I had the pleasure of commentating earlier on the under-15 men's final, boys final, and a couple of them for the Urmston Grammar team playing in this squad as well. So maybe some young, inexperienced players in the Urmston Grammar team, but very, very impressed with what I saw earlier.
Yeah, definitely. And similarly, I done the under-16 boys for Urmston, and there are many players that have played in multiple age groups this weekend. So, you know, they'll be, like you said, quite young, but still getting that experience and ready to go.
So introducing the players for Urmston Grammar. Number 11 is Alex Armstrong. Number 1, Connor Donaldson. Number 4, Tyrone Type Millwood, played in the under-15s earlier. Number 10 is Sam Bartlett. Number 13 is George Eaton. Number 17, Oscar Smith. And their libero, number 18, Didier Sue. And their coach, head coach, Howard Ainsworth. So their opposition today are the guys from Leeds Gorse. So introduce the crowd as number 7, their setter, Nathan Hampshire. Number 1, Max Mikowski. Number 3, Josh Cosgrove. Number 5, Emmanuel Oritoe. Number 10, one to watch, Ben Sawley. Number 11, Liam Lamb. and their libero today is Dylan Parsons. So, Shiloh, any predictions for this game from you? Putting you on the spot.
Can't tell at the minute, but I know it's going to be a competitive one. You know, they're both here. They're going to want to win. Very strong squad, both of them.
So the poll's suggesting 52% think Urmston Grammar are going to take this game. So close. Let us know your thoughts. Keep us updated with your comments in the YouTube comments section as we're just about ready to get underway here in this first set of the men's under-18 final. What a weekend of volleyball we've had, Shiloh. I don't know about you, but I'm knackered. And I've just been watching.
Yeah, it's so exciting. We've got game after game, you know, even just sitting on the sidelines, getting our heart rate all the way up. Yeah, lots of really great matches across the whole weekend, across the different age groups, you know, and the men's cup and shield, men's and women's cup and shield, sorry. Yeah, it's just a great showcase of volleyball. And, you know, a really great weekend for not only players, coaches, the spectators as well, you know, just working hard to have gone here, working hard all year.
And before we get underway then, just introduce the referees for today. So the first referee is Pete Weard, and the second referee, someone I know very well, Ludo Kowaleski from Southampton. Two very, very good referees, and a huge thank you to all of our volunteers, the guys wearing red down there, operating the ball system and mopping the floor. This event wouldn't be the event it is without the help of our dedicated volunteers, so thank you to all of those. So we're just waiting for the teams to be announced over on the other court here before we can get underway in this final match. Looks like we are ready to go, Shiloh. So it will be 11, Alex Armstrong. Just get us underway. So, we're waiting for the all clear from the referees before we can start this game. The players look like they're ready. The fans are definitely ready. We're ready.
And it's just great to see over there, you know, the other Urmston players.
Just building up the tension. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And we are underway with Alex Armstrong to serve. Big float serve. Good pass in from Leeds. Get the middle running straight away, but defense, bit of confusion from Donaldson. And first point goes the Leeds Gorse way, establishing their middle nice and early on.
Absolutely, that was a great pass. It was a strong serve from Armstrong, but able to establish that quick tempo as well. Thought he'd gone the defense up, but yeah, good use on the overpass from Leeds.
So the one to watch then, Ben Sawley from the service line, serves float down to 1, out to 4 with a big swing, but a bigger block from the 11, number 11 for Leeds Gorse, Liam Lamb with a great block. Positive start from Leeds, Shiloh.
Yeah, we've seen them establishing especially just that aggression at the net, being ready for whatever comes over.
Trying to run a B ball, but it's not successful, but it's over. And it's going to be a free ball. First one we've seen, but the setters had to take it. Libero takes the second ball out to Eaton with the swing. But a 3-man block says not today, and he's closed down.
Yeah, Leeds were really able to capitalize it. It was a free ball, like you said, but a little bit of a confusion. We saw Sue went to get it, Armstrong went to get it, but at the end, it was the setter Donaldson who had to take it, forcing Urmston out of system, and Leeds were able to capitalize on that.
Okay, another float serve in between seam with an overpass. Liam Lamb not able to put it away, but he's celebrating, but I believe a net touch, and it is called as a net touch. Just the adrenaline kicked in there for Oratoe, but Urmston Grammar pleased to be on the scoreboard. 3-1. So here we go. Good pass in again from Leeds. Running out to Oratoe again. Some good defense from Armstrong. Back to him on the pipe ball. Rolled down to 5, but good defense from Leeds. Going to go to the opposite player with a big swing. Cross court and in, and a touch, but in as well for the Leeds Gorse opposite. Josh Cosgrove, I believe. Setter and captain then. Nathan Hampshire back to the service line for Leeds Gorse with an off-pace jump serve. Tight to the net, but Donaldson does well with a big swing from Eaton. Battle of the opposite players there. Leeds Gorse taking an early lead in this first set then, 4-2. Eaton back to the service line. Run a middle, but blocked. Good cover from the Leeds team.
Oh.
Urmston wanted a carry call, but not this time. Roll shot down the line. Libro's going to bump it up to Oratoe, who swings off the hands of Oscar Smith.
Yeah, lots of smart plays here from Leeds, a variety of plays, I would say, and really just reading Urmston's defense really well. You've seen some really strong swings, but also off-pace shots coming around.
So Oratoe to the service line, serving float. Donaldson's going to try and run the middle, but again, not quite connecting. Bit of confusion from Leeds. It's going to be a free ball over, but Max Mikowski is not able to put it over and in play. A reminder that if the ball hits those aerials, it's out. And a service error then from number 17. So the middle back to serve for Leeds Gorse, Liam Lamb. Float serve, just hitting the net band. Will he get another one, Shiloh?
He'll say it's intentional, that one.
Tight again. Setter does well. He's front court so he can reach for that ball. Max Mikowski with a swing, but not quite in rhythm. Not getting the hands. And point goes to the Urmston Grammar team as they trail 4-7 in this first set of this under-18 men's final here at the National Volleyball Centre in Kettering. So another service error for Urmston, with Sam Bartlett making service error there.
I think that's something we've noticed across the weekend with Urmston specifically. Kind of just trying to establish that rhythm, and once they get a side out, needing to hold on to that serve.
Ooh. Good effort from the setter as Josh Cosgrove puts in a really strong, heavy float serve, and the libero Didier Sue not able to get his platform out. Urmston going for 4 in receive this time. Didier Sue with a better ball in, but not giving his setter much to do, so free ball to Leeds. Ball's going to go to the middle. It's a big B ball, but picked up.
Oh, great use by Donaldson to put that over the net.
Max Mikowski through 4 this time, seeing a gap in the block, and that's a great swing from Mikowski.
Yeah, on that, Urmston had opted for the cross block. However, the defense, they might not have been on the same page, leaving that gap on the line.
So another float serve. Urmston really struggling with this serve receive here, not giving their offense a chance. So another free ball for Leeds. Go out to 4 for Max. Mikowski this time missing, no touch on the block. Speed of that set, Shiloh, was quite quick. I'm not sure if he was expecting it. They're obviously working on a quicker offense.
Yeah, it did look like that, and I think at the moment it didn't. Feels like the speed of the set and maybe the connection is not quite there just yet for Leeds.
Good cover by Urmston. Setter tried to go over in 2. That looked like it was going out, but he played it. So Max is going to get a swing. He does. This time picked up from Urmston Grammar, but this time a free ball for Leeds Gorse. And where will they go? To the pipe ball. Nice speed on the pipe ball.
Yeah, and I really like that. You know, Leeds and their variety of offensive, as we mentioned, using that middle as a decoy, but having the pipe kind of off-center to kind of send the middle blocker from Urmston away.
Mikowski back to the service line and a service mistake. So the polls suggesting Leeds Gorse are going to win this one now, 57% of people. It's Armstrong back to the service line, trickled over the net, picked up. Good hustle from Leeds, but not able to get the ball back onto the Urmston Grammar side. Again, another serve hitting the top of the net band, Shiloh.
Yeah, very flat serve and with lots of pace. You'll say it's intentional again, but let's see if he can do it again.
Float serve, good pass from the libero, slightly tight. And it's going to be a free ball for Urmston, but again, Donaldson taking the first ball. He won't want to do that. And Leeds going to get another free ball as they go out to 4. Oratorio with a good swing, but some good defense. Another free ball for Gorse. Goes back out to the 4 player, but a good block from the young Urmston Grammar middle blocker. Big swing from the Leeds number 3, Josh Cosgrove, but this time missing the hands again. Howard Ainsworth just trying to get his team going as they find themselves 3 points down here in the first set. Running the middle ball, and that's a good swing from Ben Sawley.
Again, just so exciting, the pace that they're playing at Leeds, especially, you know, really establishing that. Like we said in the beginning, maybe a little bit of a misconnections between the setter and the hitters, but they're really getting into full flow now.
So just making sure the court's safe to play. As Ben Sawley then back to the service line. Float serve onto Armstrong. Ball goes to the middle. And that's a big swing. Big swing from Type Millward, but missed the line. And lucky, it's nice to see the middle offense trying to run. Donaldson hasn't had many opportunities to run that middle ball, and he does so on the first attempt. So 13-8 to Leeds. Again, another heavy float serve, but the libero of Urmston Grammar tracking that ball back well and leaving it. Good decision.
Very well left.
To Tate Millward, playing in another final. Played in the under-15 final earlier today, and he's made a service error there. And that's Shiloh Urmston making quite a few service mistakes, giving Leeds free, cheap, easy points.
Yeah, it is. I think it goes back to establishing that consistency. Some of them, they look like they might be trying, you know, a short serve, trying to line serve. But I think early on, especially, it's just establishing that consistency and finding the court first and foremost.
It's going to be a high ball out to 4. Big swing.
Ooh.
Big swing. Huge swing from Oscar Smith.
I think that's just come off the head of Ortoy from Leeds Gorse.
Good swing, headshot. Like.
Oh, and a rotation.
So we've got a rotation fault, and coach of Leeds not in agreement with second referee Ludo. Just talking it through, saying he went too early. Really hard to tell from here, but the referees have the best position on court down there, so Eaton with the serve. Good pass from the libero, but struggled, and we've got a net touch. Net touch? Net touch. Some confusion with who touched the net. But the referee saw something, so...
I think those are two pretty harsh calls, but yeah, we move back. It's Leeds' serve.
Trying to get the middle running. Good swing,
Great
but good defense from Leeds. Confusion, who's going to take the ball as Josh Cosgrove goes for a swing, but again, going for the hands, not there for him to go for, missing the court. So Urmston Grammar 11, Leeds Gorse 15 in this first set. Apologies, 15-12. Big swing from Mikowski, but good defense from Urmston Grammar. It's going to be a free ball, but it's not made it over. Oh, I thought that was going to trickle over the net then, Shiloh.
That was a tight one. I think it was just a bit of confusion here and there. The liberos chased it down, and Armstrong had to make something of it.
So Liam Lamb with a serve, but not able to be passed by Oscar Smith. He had some success in the first time round on his serve, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a timeout called. I'd be calling a timeout. Oh, and there we are.
We are.
Timeout called from the Urmston Grammar coach. Reminder, 2 timeouts per set. So choosing to take his first one now, 5 points down. Going to have to say something to his team and adjust to try and get his team back into this first set. Leeds Gorse starting the strongest team, Shiloh. What would you be saying in this timeout if you were
Yeah, I was just about to say, I think that timeout is perfectly timed, going, Leeds almost nearly going to the 20s. I think it's just about kind of calming it down, kind of being able to set up their offense, and it all starts with a pass. I think we've seen a bit of inconsistency with the passing. Leeds have capitalized on the overpass a couple of times and really just trying to establish their attack and not giving away cheap points from Urmston's perspective.
So the Leeds Gorse team might get a talking to. Yep, he's reaching to his card, and this won't go down well, as Leeds Gorse get a time delay for taking too long to get back onto the court after the referee had signalled the timeout was finished. So that's a time delay warning, and the coach for Leeds Gorse, Pete Mikowski, just acknowledging that, putting his hand up to the referee. So we're back underway. Liam Lamb with a float serve. Armstrong taking it with his platform. Tight to the net. It's going to be a joust, and too strong from Josh Cosgrove, winning the joust at the net.
Yeah, just going back to the pass. If we look at that, Urmston's got 4 in the pass, which they have started to do. Ooh.
That is a great float serve, serving 5-5.
That's not something Howard Ainsworth from Urmston's going to want to see. Just call the timeout and losing 2 points consistently on serve receive.
So ball in, they try and run a C behind, and the connection not there. Sam Bartlett not able to connect with his setter, and Howard Ainsworth choosing to take his second timeout as they trail 12-20 in this first set. He won't be happy because that's not the response he would have wanted after the first timeout. For me, Leeds Gorse looking very strong. They're getting a good serve receive, good passing reception, which means they're allowed and they're able to run their offense system. Seen quite a variety in the setting distribution as well, with the middle being established, a couple of balls out through 4 and a couple of balls to the opposite. So, yeah, good start by the Leeds Gorse team. 5 more points needed to wrap up this first set.
It is now, and as you said, Urmston's now 8 points behind. That's going to be a hard hill to climb up from in the first set.
So he's on a service run. Liam Lamb back to the service line. Ball out to Armstrong with a big swing, but a bigger block from Josh Cosgrove.
Again, this is going back to the pass. Obviously, Armstrong is one of the stronger attackers for Urmston, but just being able to find the pass to give the setter a variety of choices to go to, and Urmston really need a side out right here.
It's going to go out to Armstrong again, but it's going to be a free ball. So Leeds will want to run something here. Liam Lamb doing well with the free ball. Big swing, but Armstrong says, no, not today. I will shut you down with a big block.
Here we go for Urmston.
Some good blocking on display here from both teams. Sam Bartlett back to the service line. So no libero on this rotation for Urmston Grammar. They run a B-ball, but missing the target. Nice to see, though. Love that as a coach myself. I love to see that sort of creativity, running that sort of second speed, that B-ball in the middle. And coach won't be too disappointed that he missed because the blockers will have to go with him. Goes out to 4.
Great.
Big block again from Urmston Grammar. So that time, the setter Donaldson and Tate Millwood putting up a good blocking line. And Urmston 15, Leeds Gorse 21. To Sam Bartlett with the serve. Again, out to 4 to Max Mikowski. And over the top of Donaldson. Swinging down the line. Great shot. He's in some rhythm now. Made a few mistakes at the start of this first set, but done much better with the last couple of opportunities that he's had, as Josh Cosgrove makes a serving mistake. So perhaps getting a bit nervous as we end or get closer to the end of this first set. Connor Donaldson going back to the service line, meaning Urmston Grammar with a backcourt setter here. So 3 front court attackers, they'll want to be able to use them. Good pass in. Runs to Max Mikowski. Big swing, but some good defense from the libero. And an overpass gives Leeds Gorse, and Pete Mikowski, coach, likes it. The crowd like it. I like it. Max Mikowski, the service line. Big float serve. Good pass in from the libero. Big swing, though, from Armstrong down the line, hitting through 2 on that rotation. And so far proving why he was the one to watch for Urmston Grammar. Leeds need 2 points to close this first set out. Armstrong with a big float serve. Good pass in. And out to Oratowi, but again, good defense from the libero. Oscar Smith with a swing, and that's called out. Missing the sideline. Very, very unlucky.
Very unlucky. I thought that was into there, but I think it's good for Urmston to, start being able to find that gap and being able to, get their offense running.
So Ben Sawley for set point. And a big float serve brings up the first set for Leeds Gorse in the men's under-18 final. So, Shiloh, thoughts on the first set?
I think, well, it's definitely been a great watch, especially from a Leeds perspective. Like we mentioned in the beginning, a really strong team and lots of depth across their whole, all of their positions. They've been really able to establish their offense, not only going to different players, but using a variety of different ways to score. But I do think that all starts with a pass, and I think just their consistency, they've not made too many errors, Leeds. So really being able to find that, rhythm and going on with it. On Urmston's side, I think it's the complete opposite nearly. It's really about finding that consistency in setting up their gameplay. They've made some, silly errors from serving, from attacking, but I think really just getting that pass on and then being able to let the setter to set up all of their offense.
So, whilst the teams are getting ready to go, I'm joined by Zach from Leeds Gorse, who have won promotion back to Super League. So, Zach, welcome. Congratulations on winning that promotion.
Thank you very much.
Good season for you guys.
Oh yeah, it was delightful to be able to get the W in Division 1. It was a disappointment when we got the relegation from Super League a couple of seasons ago. We felt that we had so many games where we thought we were going to get over the line and we couldn't quite manage it. And I think there was just a bit of fire and a bit of culture missing from the squad that season. And this season we've worked really hard on building a really competitive culture in the club. And I think we've got such a wealth of experience in the squad now, as well as the juniors who are coming through and playing right now. They're performing at a really high level and they bring that extra bit of energy, and it really spurs the whole rest of the team to play at the highest possible level. And I think we've played at a level this season that's really high, and I think the prospects are really good for next season.
And great to see some of your juniors in the game that we're watching now in the under-18 part of your National League squad, right? So it's great to see some of the guys developing.
Oh yeah, it's terrifying how quickly they're improving and learning, and they're such good students of the game. Like, they really like to watch and listen from the experienced players, and they'll push us, as I said earlier, to our limits. And it's great to see them competing at such a good level together as a junior squad in the under-18s final here.
So quickly then, before we get underway, predictions on this game? Is going to be 3-0?
Oh yeah, of course. I've been seeing these guys play and improve all years. Yeah, I'll be very shocked if they don't take a 3-0 win here.
Cool. Good. Congratulations, and enjoy Super League next year.
Thank you.
So the players are back on court for the second set. So Zach thinks it's going to be 3-0 to Leeds Gorse. What do you think? The people that are watching from home on the live stream, let us know. Certainly a very, very, very strong start from the Leeds Gorse side in that first set. Don't believe we're seeing changes from either side. So we're back underway as Max Mikowski puts in a serve. Tight. Not a good pass again, and Donaldson not able to get his hands on the ball. So, good start for Leeds Gorse.
Yeah, and just on that, Luke, a lot of this from Urmston's perspective is going to be getting their confidence back, I think, as well, with that end to the game, I think, to the first set. A lot of it has gone to Armstrong, and I think we're really going to want to establish the other players as well.
So, tip ball. Oscar Smith choosing to tip this time, and Cosgrove not able to defend the tip. Again, for me, a tip wins you so many points in the men's game, but just don't always want to do it, especially junior players. But it shows there how effective a tip can be. Speed of a set through 4, but Urmston scrambled to pick it up, and that's a big swing from Smith. So deciding to tip the first one and then swing hard cross court on the second.
Yeah, that's really a really smart play. I think he's seen that gap in the block, and chooses to go down that way.
Tate Millwood with a serve down the line. Roll shot, so Urmston get a free ball. Set has taken the first ball, so that's going to be tight and scrappy. But Leeds do well to pick it up. Norito with a swing and a block, but again, good play. Someone's in the net, and the referee saying it was an Urmston Grammar player, but again, some of the players disagree. But referee has a great view up there on that stand, right over the net. So Ben Sawley back to the service line. A good float serve on him. Serving 5-5. Run the middle. That's a big swing, but some great defense from the middle attacker, but not able to get the ball over. And Coach Mikowski saying, come on, wake up.
That was great defense, and the last thing you want to do after you've made such a play is for a teammate to put it right into the net. But, it's just something they're going to come back from.
So Mikowski on the ball. Liam Lamb with a ball, but blocked. George Eaton back to the service line for Urmston Grammar as they take an early lead 4-2 in the second set. Max Mikowski with a pass. Blocked by Urmston, and good cover from Liam Lamb. The ball's going to be not put over by Leeds, and they look a little bit shaky at the start of this second set.
Yeah, a bit of a shot, I think. There's been a lot of miscommunications, being out of system, and everyone kind of not sure who's going to go for which and leaving free balls to go.
Max Mikowski with a pass, but not great, and that's a really scrappy play. Not what you want to see, but looked like didn't know if it was going in or out, and ended up making a decision and playing a ball. a really scrappy point, and I'm sure Mikowski, coach for Leeds Gorse, will be telling his team to settle down. Sometimes, Shiloh, when you win a set so convincingly like the first set, the team can sort of switch off mentally, and are we seeing that from Leeds Gorse with a big serve and missed by Nathan Hampshire, the setter. And
Yeah, that can
looks like he's
limping a little.
just limping a little bit. He's definitely won't want his setter being injured. That's going to be huge, but he looks like he's okay. Max Mikowski puts the ball in, out to 4 with a big swing from Josh Cosgrove, who's hitting through 4 on that rotation. What I'm liking is the Leeds Gorse speed of set, playing a much quicker offense than Urmston Grammar, something that obviously worked hard in training. To be able to do that, you've got to work hard at training to run a quicker offense, as Donaldson puts the ball out. But that's smart from Armstrong, as he understood that the set wasn't quite wide enough and just choosing to tip and push off the hands. So really intelligent play.
Yeah, and very good adjustment. You know, sometimes you just want to swing that as hard as you can at the ball, but he was able to make good use of it and score off of it as well.
That looked close, but it is out from Sam Bartlett. So back to 2 points in it, as Leeds 5, Urmston Grammar 7 in the second set. Liam Lamb then back to the service line with a float serve. Onto the libero with a good pass. Donaldson out to 4 with a big swing down the line, but some good defense from the captain as the opposite gets to tip the ball, and Urmston get a free ball where they're going to run a pipe ball with a huge swing from Oscar Smith. And I like it. I like to see that variety. We didn't see that much in the first set from the Urmston Grammar team.
Yeah, and again, just able to spread the offense at the middle as a decoy and just having lots of options.
Tight,
Ooh,
overpass. Oh, it's got scrappy again. And that's in, so they're still playing. Going back to the opposite with a huge swing from George Eaton. So, coach Pete Mikowski choosing to take his first timeout as they're losing 9-5 in this second set.
Well, this almost feels like a role reversal from the first set. Yeah, what do you think Pete Mikowski would be telling his team right now?
I think what we said in the first place is when they get that pass in, Leeds Gorse in my opinion, have a very, very strong offense system. Passing hasn't been quite there in the second set. Interesting to see some players getting some one-to-one advice from their other coaching team members. Leeds have got to be careful because they've already had a time delay warning in the first set from a timeout, so make sure you get back onto court quickly. We don't want to see any red cards in this match.
No, and that would be a silly way to give it away as well.
So a short serve from Connor Donaldson, and Leeds not able to put a pass in.
Ooh.
So I think we might see some substitutions soon, maybe from Leeds Gorse's coach Mikowski. Getting a player ready. Looks like Gabriel Harrison might be coming on shortly as Donaldson back to the service line. Good pass in from the libero. They're able to run their middle offense, but some good defense again from the Urmston libero, but free ball for Gorse. So Ben Sawley, the referee, not able to see it. Looked out from here. Yeah. Ben Sawley passing and then getting the ball straight back. Referee on the stand saying out. The line judge not able to see that ball.
Yeah, an interesting Leeds Gorse. They've put their opposite Josh Cosgrove into the pass. Here he is.
Big swing, but again, good defense. Armstrong with a swing, but blocked. And again, Leeds Gorse with the ball. Good set back to the opposite. But Josh Cosgrove just not able to get the ball into court. And all of a sudden, Urmston Grammar find themselves with a 7-point lead in this second set. And Howard Ainsworth looking happy.
Much happier than he was in the first set.
Looking like he's up for a bit of a boxing fight by the looks of that. But anyway, out to Max Mikowski, who's going to swing, but he is blocked big time. Blocked by George Eaton.
Oh,
And we are going to see a change here as Nathan Hampshire is going to be replaced by number 8, Jack Shorting. Oh no, are we seeing the opposite's now going to set, but there's some confusion. It looks like what's happened is they've swapped the setter for an opposite. Can the Leeds Gorse team adapt to this? So it looks like number 3, Josh Cosgrove's going to set, and 8, Jack Shorting, going to play libero. Interesting choice because the setter now is front court where the other setter was back court, but puts a ball up for Max Mikowski, who tips the ball. Armstrong passes the ball out and it's going to go back to the opposite of George. And that's a huge swing from George Eaton, and Urmston Grammar are in flow.
Wow, that is a crazy, but I think...
Interesting to see the serve-receive line all on the 3-meter line. And that was close, but out, and Leeds happy to get out of that rotation. So, Josh Cosgrove back to the service line, taking the role of setter now. Back court, so Leeds have 3 front court hitting options. Donaldson out to 4, and tip ball. Connor takes the first ball, so it's going to go out to the new player who swings. A pipe ball for Oscar Smith. And welcome to the game. Howard Ainsworth loves it. The crowd like it.
Urmston are definitely finding their flow now, and this is the second set. You could not have told what had happened in the first.
Alex Armstrong with the serve. Trying to run the B-ball, which they've done, but good defense again. Tight overpass. Leeds are scrapping. It's going to be a roll shot, but into the net from the new player, Jack Shorting. So Pete Mikowski, coach of Leeds Gorse, choosing to take his second timeout as he finds his team 10 points down here in the second set after a really solid performance in the first set. So whatever Howard Ainsworth said in that timeout, in that change of ends at between set 1 and set 2 is working. They're like a different team from the first set.
Completely different, and I think going back to that, they're really finding their confidence, you know, lots of big swings, big blocks, big defense, you know, and on the other hand, Leeds look a shadow of themselves from the first set.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens here with Leeds Gorse. They've had 2 timeouts. Pete, oh, what's happening here? The referee is calling both captains over to have a talk. I imagine he's saying, right, when I blow my whistle, you must get onto court. You've had your 30 seconds. You've had time to chat it through. Get back on court. And I think that's what he said. And we are back underway here with Alex Armstrong to the service line. Serve to 1. Max Mikowski with an overpass, but well done from the setter. Line judges calling touch. Good job from the line judges. I thought that the pass from Max Mikowski was a bit too tight, but did very, very well. Josh Cosgrove to keep that ball in play. So another service mistake from the Leeds Gorse team, and the errors creeping into their game. And Urmston 17-7 in this second set. Tate Millwood with the serve. It's a tight ball. Trying to run a quick C ball behind, but not this time for Ben Sawley. Tate Millwood with the serve. Back out 2. That's a great swing from Emmanuel Oritoe. Lovely to see that, Shiloh. He passed the ball, transitioned out, got his footwork nice and ready, and then put a ball away. Good job.
Yeah, I think that goes back to what you said about their speed and tempo of the game for Leeds Gorse, just being ready even after you pass, just being able to be an option wherever you are.
Donaldson sets the middle, and that's just missed the sideline. But again, able to run their middle offense, which we didn't see too much in the first set. As Ben Sawley back to the service line, the one to watch for this game for Leeds Gorse. Good server, puts a good float serve in. Armstrong all over it though, goes out to, there he is, again, Oscar Smith. And we'll have a look at that one if we can. Nice set from Donaldson, and just the block nowhere near it, allowing Oscar Smith to hit the ball hard with no block. Again, so free ball to the Urmston Grammar team. Going to go back out to Oscar Smith because he's on fire, and this time choosing to tip the ball. It's not always about power in this game. It's sometimes just about intelligence. And again, really, really impressive from Oscar Smith.
No.
Hit a powerful shot and then chose to tip the next one.
Yeah, just lots of smart plays. It's really great to see at a level like this, just being able to score off so many different ways.
So good defense again. It's going to be a pipe ball for Armstrong. Back out to Oritoe, who sees the gap in the block and swings. Great shot again from Oritoe.
The last few points from Leeds Gorse have gone to Oratory, and sometimes, you know, having that slowdown, having that option as a bail on the... Ooh.
And another service mistake from Leeds Gorse, giving Urmston Grammar some free cheap points there from the service line. As Oscar Smith back to the service line with the float serve. Max Mikowski puts a good pass in. They try and run that B-ball again, but not quite high enough. It's going to be a swing for Armstrong, but again missing the sideline. So a couple of errors creeping in from both teams, Shiloh.
Yeah, I think... Ooh, and Howard Ainsworth is going to call a timeout for Urmston here. They're up by 10 points, creeping into business end. But like we mentioned, maybe just this is quite literally a mirror of the last set. Coming towards the business end of the set, but kind of maybe the pressure, maybe just getting a little bit nervy. So they're going to want to clean it up a bit, I think.
Yeah, good decision as well from the coach, Howard Ainsworth. Got 2 timeouts, not used any of them yet. Chooses to take one now. He'll want to finish this set strong. He won't want Leeds Gorse coming back to it. He will want some momentum for the third set. So good decision. Just have a word with his players and see if they can finish this set. 4 points required as they lead 21-11 in the second set of the under-18 men's final. Orito with the serve. Tight. Donaldson's going to have to try and put the ball over. Leaves an overpass. Someone's in the net. And this time, suggesting someone's in the net from Urmston Grammar. Not sure who it was, but referee saw something. And the Leeds Gorse bench now trying to cheer their team on. So free ball, Leeds Gorse. Going out to 4, but not high enough on that set. And Max Mikowski choosing just to tip it over the block. And all of a sudden, Leeds Gorse with a bit of momentum. So another float serve. Passing from Oscar Smith. It goes out to Armstrong, who tips the ball. Just notices the reaching hands of Liam Lamb.
Yeah, again,
finds the gap between the block.
Very smart play to use the high hands, getting a tool off their block, and kind of just finding the different ways to not only score, but find the ways to use their opponent's defense.
Sam Bartlett with a service error, giving Leeds Gorse an easy point as Liam Lamb now back to the service line.
We've seen Liam Lamb, go on a few serving runs between the first and second set, so we'll see how it goes here.
Big swing from Alex Armstrong. He wanted that one. Again, a bit one-dimensional from the Urmston Grammar offense. We saw a bit more variety early on in this set with the pipe and the opposite ball, but Armstrong up to the occasion and able to do something with the ball that he was given. So good pass in from the Leeds Gorse libero, setting the middle. Ben Sawley, and this time a middle attack. Running in the middle in this game is so important. If you can get your middle established, then it allows your wide players to have a free net or one-on-one. As the setter now, Josh Cosgrove back to the service line, and again, Urmston Grammar struggling to get the pass, giving Leeds a swing, but Max Mikowski shut down by Alex Armstrong. Let's watch that block back again. Alex Armstrong blocking out through opposite on that rotation, and just does well to read that Max Mikowski was going to try and swing down the line, and that brings up set point to Urmston Grammar. It's going to be a free ball, so here we go. There's their opportunity. Tight to the net. He sets Eaton. Sets Eaton, but again the set tight, and the block able just to close that down. So good job, Jack Shorting. So often it's easy to be greedy there and try and do something, but very intelligent. And there we are. Serve out gives Urmston Grammar the second set, 25-16.
Well, this game has just gone a whole lot interesting, hasn't it?
Speaking to the chap from Leeds Gorse who said it was going to be 3-0. So Leeds Gorse winning the first set 25-17. Urmston Grammar winning this set 25-16. So all to play for here in this under-18 men's final. In the final game here at the National Volleyball Centre in Kettering, with a fantastic weekend of volleyball. A huge men's cup final yesterday, seeing Essex Rebels win 3-2 after finding themselves 2-0 down and getting a reverse sweep. And then a really good performance today from the Mallory Eagles women, able to beat team side out Bologna in straight sets 3-0. On top of that, we've had some great games in the Shield final and all the junior finals that we've seen here on the two courts at the National Volleyball Centre in Kettering, and we hope you've enjoyed it. It's not over yet though, plenty of volleyball left in this one as the teams take the time to talk it through. I'm sure Pete Mikowski will be having some words with his team about what happened there in that second set. But for me, Urmston Grammar really stepped up their game, Shiloh.
They definitely have, and I think, you know, in a big occasion like that, like this, they're not going to want to come out the way they have the first set. So all credit to them for, you know, really stepping up. Going into this third set, it almost is a clean sweep, but Urmston do hold that momentum going into the third set. So it'll be really interesting to see if there are any changes. And yeah.
So the players coming back onto court. I don't think we'll see any changes for Urmston Grammar after that really good set of volleyball. But are we going to see any changes to Leeds Gorse? Do we see Nathan Hampshire coming back in, or are we going to stick with Josh Cosgrove setting? It looks like Coach Mikowski choosing to stay with Cosgrove setting.
And on that, I think it's so important to have versatile players like that. Just being able to, you know, change it up during a game a bit, going from opposite to setting. There was a little bit of a confusion maybe to start off with, but just being able to utilize that in a game just adds depth to the squad.
So the referees checking the rotations. But yeah, as a coach, it's really good if you can have a setter who can also swing. It allows you that versatility to be able to do different things, two-set system, change a setter, keep your opposite front court, all those things that you're able to do. I'm not sure if Nathan Hampshire had an injury after that serve. He sort of looked like he was holding his ankle, so maybe there we are, but we're underway. As Armstrong puts in a float serve, we try and run a quick middle. Not the connection probably they wanted, but just paintbrush off the fingertips And that's all that's required to win a point sometimes.
It is a bit of a mishit, but you know, Leeds will want to ramp up as many points as they can earlier here in the third set. And that's another service error, which will give Urmston Grammar a point. 1 point apiece here in 1 set each, as we head into the third set of the under-18s boys final.
So Cosgrove out to Cosgrove out to Emmanuel Oritowi. And that's a big swing.
A great swing, and just a reaction of the Leeds Gorse bench shows you everything. Again, just using that dimension in the offense, setting the middle apart, is one-on-one with the blocker, and makes perfect use of it.
So free ball to Leeds Gorse. Goes back to the middle, and Donaldson with some good defense put the balls back over, and they're going to run out to 4 to Emmanuel Oritowi, and he does well, but good defense again from Urmston Grammar. Armstrong on the pipe, and there we go. People on the YouTube channel said they wanted to see the pipe more from Urmston Grammar, and we can see why.
They have scored many times from this pipe, Urmston, and I think it's about, again, going back to adding that dimension to the offense, moving the middles, the opposition's middle with you, using the decoy, and yeah, the strong, powerful swings from Urmston.
Miscommunication. Howard Ainsworth is not happy with the handling there, but not called by the referee. Goes out to Emmanuel Oritowi, who gets the ball, and Howard Ainsworth and the rest of the coaching bench for Urmston Grammar not happy with the decision by the referee.
I think in a game like this, you just have to play on. You know, there are often times we don't agree with the referee. Mistakes happen, they're human. But in a game like this, we'll have to play on.
And Oscar Smith not able to find that hitting power he had on that ball.
I think a little bit here now for Urmston then is going to be just kind of calming it down, not getting too emotional. And I guess that starts with the leader.
That's in, that's an ace. Left by the libero of Urmston Grammar. But Emmanuel Oritowi with an ace after a couple of really good kills. So definitely finding some form here in this third set. Another good serve. But we've... What?
Oh, it's a let. A ball's just rolled across the...
A let or... No, he's given them the point.
Oh.
He's given them the point. So I'm not sure if he served from outside the service line. It looks like that's what it's called. I haven't seen that called for a long time. So it confused me a little bit. But anyway, we're back underway. So ball to the opposite, to the new player. And didn't look like a block, but it doesn't matter because it was in anyway. And we're back to 1 as Urmston Grammar 4, Leeds Gorse 5. Oscar Smith with the serve then. He serves onto Max Mikowski, who does well to pass and gets the ball straight back. Tips the ball.
Ooh.
And bit of confusion there between Armstrong and Eaton, who was going to take it. Sort of the bin, the place to put a tip is right there. Is it the front court 4 players or is it the back court opposites on that? So really good tip from Max Mikowski as Leeds 6-4. Liam Lamb back to the service line. Armstrong with a good pass. And Donaldson tries to go over on 2, but that was well read by the Leeds Gorse block.
Very cheeky. I think Donaldson thought he could have gone. There's a bit of space, but Mikowski was right there, read it perfectly. Gives it back to them.
So Armstrong now with a tip. Takes setter out of the game, so... And that's gone through the arms of the block for Urmston Grammar. And Leeds Gorse have come out in the third set firing and take a 8-4 lead now. Good pass. Donaldson out to Armstrong, who swings cross court, but some good defense from Leeds Gorse. Very close to the net, and the referee saying the player over the centre line. Sam Bartlett back to the service line. No Libra on court for Urmston Grammar this point, but not required anyway because he missed the court with his serve. Pete Mikowski telling Gabriel Harrison where to serve here on this rotation. So obviously identifying a passing target. Serving on the Libro. Good pass though. Allows the middle to be run behind. And that's a good point for Tate Millward, who again, a reminder, he played this morning in the under-15 final. And he's playing here on the main stage in the under-18 final. So very good job from the young athlete as Donaldson back to the service line. Forced a dig set, so it's going to be a free ball, but again some confusion between that transition between Donaldson and Eaton. Gives Max Mikowski, he's going to tip it again, and good pick up this time by Donaldson, and Armstrong tips the ball down the line. Back to the opposite for Leeds Gorse, but off the block and some good defense. Donaldson back to the opposite with a big block, and the second referee has seen a net touch in the block, and just asking who it was. Max Mikowski needs to be careful here because he's not the captain. Only the captain can converse with the referee. So Donaldson back to the service line, backcourt setter on this rotation. Try and run the middle, but again, not quite there with the connection. So goes back out to Eaton, who volleys the ball over, and there's some confusion about who's going to take it. And that's always the risk when the setter takes the first ball. Josh Grove taking it, and Leeds Gorse a little bit lost there on what to do. And we're back to 1 point in it. Leeds leading 9-8. Donaldson missing from the service line. It's Max Mikowski. They're definitely going after the Libro. It's a couple of serves now in a row on the Libro. Free ball to Leeds Gorse. They're going to set it quick to 4 for Otoe, but he does well. Donaldson with some good defense and a big swing from there looked like there was a touch there, but neither of the line judges signaling it. Referees didn't see it, so Max Mikowski back to the service line. On to the Libro again. Middle having to take that ball and tip ball. Otoe's taking it, so he's out of system. And good job from Gabriel Harrison on the opposite, just utilising the late block and taking on the hands as Howard Ainsworth choosing time to talk it over with his team and taking his first timeout of this third set.
I think for now, Urmston are going to want to calm down a little bit. You know, lots of be it decisions, be it luck, couple of things going against their way right now, it feels like. But they're going to have to keep a level head and try to regain that confidence, regain that belief in their team, and kind of just work together as a unit. They've been kind of scrambling a little bit, so.
Now, referee, I think, is going to issue a time delay. Not a red card. No, he's got the wrong card out. I was just about to say. It's a time delay warning for Urmston Grammar. Leeds Gorse had a time delay warning in the first set. Just pulled the wrong card out of his pocket there, but it's a time delay warning.
Keen to get home, he feels like, the referee.
Just got to be careful they don't do that again. So, pass in from the Libro. Sets Armstrong on the opposite, and he's got a free ball. Is he going to go back there again? No, he chooses to go out to 4. But good defense from Leeds Gorse. Otoe with a swing over the top of the block and some good defense from the Libro. Jump set out to Otoe, and the speed of that volleyball is very, very good. Ball in. And Leeds Gorse have found some rhythm here. A good serving run from number 1 of Leeds Gorse, Max Makowski, serving with a heavy jump float serve. Good pass in from the libero. Set out to 4 for a big swing. Cross court from George Eaton, and that is a big point. Really nice shot. Swinging into that cross court, right into the deep corner. A really good shot from number 13, Eaton of Urmston Grammar. So everything out towards 4, but again, good defense. Armstrong saying, I'll take this one, but not being able to put a good set, so it's a free ball, but an overpass. And all of a sudden, we've got a bit of a scrappy point again as Donaldson sticks the ball up. Leeds Gorse now with the opportunity, goes out to Oritoe, and in. Decision was called in. Let's take a look back on the replay. And yeah, looks like the ball hit the line. It's a good call from the line judge. And a really, really clever shot from Emmanuel Oritoe. Good pass from the libero, trying to run the speed, a quicker attack through 4. And Cosgrove tunes in to swing on it, but put away. A really good point from Oscar Smith. That's a great shot from the young man. Great swing. That's what we saw in the second set, so he'll be keen to get a few more of those under his belt. Good serve. Max Makowski does well. Oritoe choosing to tip. Donaldson takes it, so the set is out. It's going to be a free ball to Leeds Gorse. Tried to run that quick middle speed and just hitting the netband, but again, good offense from Leeds Gorse. Liam Lamb with a hit, and good to run that sort of B ball in the men's game. See it, it's very common in the men's Super League games as well. A big swing from Eaton, and that's a huge point. Really, really impressive from the Urmston Grammar number 13, George Eaton, who's having a great game so far. Urmston still trailing 11-15 in this third set. So, float serve. Tight, but does very well to keep that ball in play. It's going to go out to 4, and a big swing from Smith, but some great defense from Leeds. Free ball again to Urmston Grammar. What do they do here? Back out to him. He tips the ball, and we're hustling from Leeds. Oritoe, the referee,
decision to make here.
Make a decision.
Oh!
And he's given it to Urmston Grammar, saying that did not touch the ball. Oh, I take it back. My comment earlier on, Max Makowski is now the captain, so he's fully entitled to speak to the referee.
He's been the on-court captain since Nathan Hampshire had been subbed off earlier.
Referee saying, no, my decision. First referee can overrule any of the other officials. And he said, no, I didn't see a touch. Back out. Big swing, but again, some good defense has got to come back this way. Good effort from Donaldson. Try and keep that ball alive. Urmston Grammar really trying to keep themselves in this third set as Oritoe goes back to the service line. So, set to Gabriel Harrison, who misses this time. Quite a way out on that one.
It was a great way out, quite a way out, but I think that was really good decision from the setter. He's left him all blank, and all he had to do was to find the court. But yeah.
Max Makowski's tight, he's going to have to go. He does. But Urmston Grammar with a chance as Armstrong gets the opportunity, but not able to put the ball away. Goes back out to Max Makowski, who's choosing to tip again on the pipe ball, but not quite the set he was expecting as he volleys the ball out like the intention, but missing the court here. The big orange court of the Taraflex here at the National Volleyball Centre in Kettering.
And a sub here will be
Sub 4. So we are going to see number 10, Ben Sawley, will replace number 6, Oliver Fennell. Coach Mikowski congratulating Fennell, saying good job, but he's going to bring back in Ben Sawley, the one to watch for the Leeds Gorse team. And a good serve again from Liam Lamb, who's a very, very strong server in this game, getting lots of success. And Urmston Grammar now stepping up to try and take this with a volley, I imagine. And again, not able to. Oscar Smith not able to get a pass in on that. And a float serve's really hard to pass, especially in a nice big open sports hall like this. The ball, especially when the venue's warm, and it is warm in here today, the ball moves. Eaton doing well, though, to get Donaldson the opportunity to set Armstrong, who swings cross court, but some good defense from Liam Lamb.
Ooh.
And Ben Sawley choosing to go over on 2.
He's just found that space on the other side. The ball's just gone to him. Found that perfect pocket and makes good use of it.
So 20-13 to Leeds Gorse in this third set. Trying to run a quick ball behind, but not successful. Donaldson sticks it up, and it's tight to the net. But Urmston Grammar going to get another opportunity. Sets the pipe, but well blocked by Leeds Gorse. And Eaton with a swing, but he's missed. But it doesn't matter because Leeds Gorse have given a point for a net touch. Coach Pete Mikowski telling his team to leave the referee alone. Good coaching, that. And it's 14-20. Donaldson on the service line. Good pass in from the libero of Leeds Gorse. No to put the ball away, but back out to the middle. Scrappy point again. Donaldson sticking the ball out to 4 to Armstrong, who tips down the line, but good defense. And Urmston Grammar now with a free ball. Donaldson choosing to go to the middle and swing of Tate Millwood, but again missing the line. So Gabriel Harrison back to the service line. And libero tracking that one back, and well done. Always important to track the ball in case it does drop at the end. So obviously had some good coaching to make sure he does that. Armstrong back to the service line, puts a good float serve in. Out to 4 to Max Mikowski, who swings off the hands of George Eaton, taking on the hands, and Armstrong just giving his fellow player some coaching advice on his blocking. And Max Mikowski had a good service run earlier on in this set, so we'll be keen to do it again here. Donaldson has to stick the ball out to 4, but Oscar Smith swings well. And again, does well from an outer system ball.
Yeah, it was very good good use of the high hands. It just caused a little bit of a confusion between the setter and the libero. Both gone for it, but neither got it.
Ball out to 4 for Oritoe. And just hitting over the top of him. Operating at a much bigger height and just hitting down the line. He's had success there so far today, so I'm sure we'll see more of that as the game continues, as Leeds just required 2 points to take this third set. Armstrong with a good pass in. Donaldson going back to Eaton, who tips the ball, but some good defense. Max Mikowski from the pipe, but again, not successful. So another chance for Eaton, who swings cross court, and that's a great shot from the young athlete from the Urmston Grammar team. So can Urmston Grammar, can they find something here? Can they dig in a bit deep and try and stay in this third set? Leeds just needing 2. So pass was tight, and Josh Cosgrove trying to go over on 2, but the block of Urmston Grammar was ready for it, read it well, and now we see a timeout from Leeds Gorse.
There, and I think it's quite important for Urmston. They've gone into a little bit of a flow, and as close as Leeds are into finishing this set, I think it's important for Urmston to finish strong and take that momentum into the next set. There's going to be a fourth set, but can they force a fifth set?
So again, regardless of the score, Urmston Grammar will want to finish strong. It's really important that even if you lose a set, you finish strong with some momentum so you get ready for the next one. But still in this one, 18-23 down, as Eaton back to the service line, puts a strong float serve in. Max Mikowski with a good pass. Oratowi with a big swing cross court. He's really got a variety of his shots. He's hit a few down the line, and this time choosing to hit power cross court. Saw a gap in the block and pulled that off perfectly. So set point for Leeds Gorse. Ball out to Oscar Smith with a big swing, but that's a big block from the middle. Liam Lamb, and that brings up 25-18. So the third set going the way of the Leeds Gorse team, winning 25-18.
The Leeds coaches will be happy with that, how that set finished. You know, a timeout called crucially, very well timed, and 2 straight points after that to take the set.
So the fans swapping ends. Like to see that. Trying to give their teams a bit of an extra push.
Yeah, I think shout out to the Leeds Gorse girls we can see down there. The boys here, they've been here all day as well, each cheering on their other teams. So just love to see, you know, that support for their own club.
So Leeds Gorse do have some more depth to their squad. So I would expect to see Ben Sawley staying on. Howard Ainsworth might make some changes, but again, not quite the depth in the squad that Leeds Gorse have. Do hope you're enjoying this live coverage of the under-18 men's final. Can Leeds do it in 4? Or will Urmston Grammar fight to take this to a 5th set?
This will definitely be a crucial set for both teams. We've seen how the momentum can shift between each of the teams here, and I think it's going to be all about the composure for both teams here to be able to keep. We know they've got the skill, we know they've got the physicality. We've seen a lot of smart plays, so it'll be really who's going to be able to keep that composure, and whether that's finishing the match or whether that's taking it to a 5th set.
So the players are back onto court here in this 4th set. Have we seen any changes? Ben Sawley staying on like I predicted. No changes for the Urmston Grammar team. So Max Mikowski gets us back underway in the 4th set. Serve. Tight set, so not able to do much with that. And it's going to give Leeds a chance to run the middle, but again, not being able to put the ball away. And Max Mikowski with some good defense as the ball goes out to Oratowi with a swing. Libro right there, run a tip ball. And it's tight, and it's an overpass, but blocked, and we have got a rally for the first point in this game. For this set, sorry. Back out to George Eaton, who puts the ball away. And what a rally to start this 4th set of this men's under-18 final.
What a rally. I love the energy, the defense, the offense, all of it. You can see that both teams really want this.
Alex Armstrong then with the serve, but good pass in. Runs Oritoe and hit the net band. What?
Oh.
If there's a touch on the block, but he signalled out, so I'm confused as to the...
You signal out as the block is, the referee would have decided the blocks come out on the other side, but I'm sure I haven't been too happy with some.
So Ben Sawley now gets the game back underway. Big swing from Oscar Smith, but some good defence, and Leeds hustling to stay in this point. Oritoe with the swing. Donaldson's going to stick it back out to 4 for Oscar Smith again, but again a good block from the Leeds Gorse team. As Oritoe with another swing, and Urmston get another opportunity to put it away, but it's blocked by Liam Lamb. And Leeds Gorse really doing well to keep themselves in that game. Let's have a look at that block again as it goes out to the opposite, and a really good block from the Leeds Gorse team. So Ben Sawley from the service line puts in a good float serve. It's going to be a free ball for Leeds Gorse. Max Mikowski having to take the second ball, and Oritoe tight to the net, just swinging as hard as he can, and Eaton not pressing over the net with his block. So Leeds Gorse take a 3-1 lead in this 4th set. Out to Oscar Smith, and that's a big swing, but second referee Ludo Kalowski has seen a net touch, but one-handed pass, and somehow Leeds managed to get an attack on that, and free ball for Leeds now. Goes out to Oritoe, who swings, and the block not able to seal. Sam Bartlett not able to get across and join Eaton to create a good blocking line, and Oritoe chooses to swing cross-court, taking on the gap and the seam in the block. So well done, Oritoe, for spotting that. Josh Cosgrove with the serve. Goes out to George Smith. Tips the ball. Big swing, but some good cover again from Leeds Gorse as the ball goes back out to Oritoe with another swing. And it's pretty much a repeat of the last point.
He's on fire, isn't he?
Again, the block just not sealing. And I'm sure that's what Howard Ainsworth's saying to his players. You've got to seal, you've got to take away space and make the hitters hit round you or take it on. All of a sudden, Leeds pulling away in this 4th set with a 5-2 lead, 6-2 lead, sorry. The overpass, Oritoe knows. Should have done better with that. Tried to do the right thing, and again, I'm going to say what I always say, good intention, just not quite the outcome he would have wanted.
Yeah.
But just needed to push that down with both hands.
He did, and the libero had reminded him that he was there to cover him after the first ones hit the net.
Tight, so
Ooh.
Oscar Smith being a bit more intelligent with the overpass and just putting it down. So that's how you do it, showing Oritoe how to do it. Eaton back to the service line. Good pass in, goes to run the middle ball, but blocked by Sam Bartlett. 1v1, and Sam Bartlett closing, sealing the block, and Liam Lamb not able to get through the block of Sam Bartlett then, as George Eaton goes back to the service line. Bad pass from the libero, but still able to swing, and he's got another one, but somehow they're still alive. And free ball for Urmston Grammar. Donaldson going out to 4, choosing to tip the ball. Oritoe going over the top of the block, and Oscar Smith, I think, slightly disappointed with his selection of shot there. Probably could have done with a big swing and hit that cross court. choosing to tip and not working for him that time. So, sorry, back to the service line. Donaldson does well to get a set there. And that ball out from Eton. Leeds Gorse with a 3-point lead in this fourth set, leading 8-5. Donaldson having to dig, and it's going to be another free ball to the Leeds Gorse team. Choosing to set the opposite, who swings, and that's a great swing from Gabriel Harrison. And Leeds Gorse, what we saw in the first set with their pass in and their free ball control, meaning they're able to run their offense system. And Josh Cosgrove doing a good job with his setting distribution. But service error there gives Urmston a point, and they find themselves 6-9 down in this fourth set. They're going to need to find something to keep themselves in this game. Cosgrove sticks the ball out to Max Mikowski, but that's a huge block, and Leeds stay in there with some good cover. Donaldson runs the middle, and they will be disappointed. Sam Bartlett disappointed because a really good block from Urmston Grammar, but some better cover from the Leeds Gorse team, and coach Pete Mikowski really happy with his team's blocking cover there. Referee just reminding the players to drop their hands, to not screen. Donaldson going out to 4. Big swing down the line from Alex Armstrong. That's a really good shot. Really good shot from Alex Armstrong, the one to watch going into this game for Urmston Grammar. So Sam Bartlett middle with a good serve. Max Mikowski puts a good pass in and does some good defense. Sam Bartlett going back out to 4 for Max Mikowski, who swings down the line with a really nice beach shot. I know he's good on the beach as well. That's Max Mikowski. That's showing his skill there to just close, turn his shoulders and swing down the line.
Yeah, just using that different ways to score, leaving your opponents kind of on their toes.
But another service error for Leeds Gorse's Gabriel Harrison, not successful from the service line. And Urmston Grammar still in this set, just trailing by 3, so a service run needed. Good pass by Oratowi. They're able to set a quick ball out to 4, and Max Mikowski choosing to push it down with 2 hands this time. And again, all possible due to some really, really good passing from Leeds Gorse and their libero, Dylan Parsons. The overpass, Oratowi, he's going to do better than he did last time.
Makes no mistake
Chose
this time.
to use both hands and push the ball down, and didn't want to make the same mistake he made earlier on in this set. So well done, sir. We've got, I think we're just Urmston noticing that there's some sweat, some perspiration on the floor. Just want to take the chance to mop it up and make sure the floor is good to go.
Here we are back again with Mikowski setting us up.
Big swing from Eton as he swings through 4 on that one, and the block just not able to turn and finish their block in, so block out on that point. Alex Armstrong back to service line. Good float serve, but a good pass from the libero. Out to 4 for Oratowi, who again having lots of joy in this game, taking on the gap in the block.
He is having a game. He's also played lots of different shots, find so many ways to score, been so smart with all his shots, but also so just getting high, smacking it down. Yeah, and really having Leeds Gorse's offense thrive.
Big swing from Oscar Smith. He's been quiet in this set so far. I want to take a look at this one again as he just beats the blocking line with a really powerful line shot. Tate Millwood on the service line. They try and run the middle, but blocked by Bartlett. Oratowi over the top, but Armstrong's there, and nobody is there to pick up his defense, and he's frustrated, and rightly so, after making a good defense there. And Leeds Gorse leading 15-10 in this fourth set now. So the setter, Cosgrove with the serve, goes back out. Run the middle, and Liam Lamb running it, and Armstrong doing well to keep the ball in play. It's going to be a free ball, and that's in. That's a free ball kill. You don't see those very often.
That was a very well-placed free ball. It's just caused a bit. It looked like it was going out, kind of had to slow down, dipped a little. Libero and outside got confused, and it is a free ball kill.
Liam Lamb sticks the ball up to Oratowi, who swings, but he is roofed, absolutely roofed, by Oscar Smith. Huge block from the outside player of Urmston Grammar, and the Urmston fans cheering them on. Some of their under-15s from earlier on in the day, trying to get their team going here in this fourth set. 3 points down. Tight pass, but does very well, but good defense again from Urmston Grammar. Free ball. Choosing to go out to force speed, and that's a big kill from Gabriel Harrison, and coach Pete Mikowski loves it. So Orito with a good float serve, and Armstrong struggles but hustled, and again free ball opportunity for Leeds Gorse. Cosgrove going to the middle, and Liam Lamb with some success, and all of a sudden Leeds find themselves with a 5-point lead, 17-12. We've got something happening here, the referee not happy. I'm not sure what he wasn't happy with, but had a word with the captain. We're going to see a timeout from the Urmston Grammar coach, Howard Ainsworth. Shiloh, can Urmston Grammar find something? Can they get themselves back into this fourth set, or is it too late?
Well, we've seen them come back time and after each set, but I think a little bit of it about Urmston right now is kind of like they're letting their heads drop after a few consecutive, mistakes, losing the points. They haven't been really to establish that strong system that they're using. When they go off, they go off. We've seen big plays by Armstrong, by Smith, but we really, from Urmston's perspective, they're really going to want to set it up. They're going to want to support each other as a team. We've seen some frustration within, and they have to communicate quite well.
So a good float serve from Orito again. Big swing. Big swing from Oscar Smith, who's up for it, and he wants the ball.
He does, and I think the Urmston coaching staff should be pretty happy with the way they've responded after that timeout.
Oscar Smith back to the service line. Oh, and that's not the right time to make a service error. Got to put the serve-receive unit for Leeds Gorse under some pressure, and that's an easy point. So we're going to see a substitution here as Oliver Fennell replaces Ben Sawley. Liam Lamb slightly confused and served the ball on the whistle. So Liam Lamb with the service mistake. So some service mistakes creeping into this fourth set, as perhaps both teams slightly nervous. But some of these Leeds guys, as alluded to earlier, play in their men's one team, which will compete in the Super League next year. So Orito with the pass. Out to Gabriel Harrison. So free ball to Leeds. Libero right there to put a good pass in. They run the pipe ball, but not the set that Orito was expecting. And sometimes just need to keep it simple. So will this go to 5 as Sam Bartlett goes back to the service line? There's 3 points in it now. And that's another service mistake. And the service mistakes from both sides really hurting them here.
It's getting crucial, and again, like we mentioned earlier, it's going to be about composure, being able to find the court, not necessarily going for the safe option, but knowing that you're not going to make silly mistakes and give each other 2 points.
Gabriel Harrison with a strong serve, but the libero does well, goes out to Armstrong, who has to tip it. There's some good defense from Gabriel Harrison, and Max Mikowski gives Urmston Grammar a free ball. Out to Armstrong, who swings across court, but some good defense from the libero as another free ball for Urmston Grammar, but not a good pass in, and that looked like a double, and the referee signalling double touch there. So Leeds just need 5 points now to win the under-18 men's title. Urmston Grammar have won 2 out of 3 finals that they've competed in so far. Can they make it 3 from 3? That's a big swing, and that's taken a touch off the block. Good pull from the line judge there as Tate Millward swings hard and high off the hands of Leeds Gorse block. And Urmston Grammar now have 3 front row players, so they'll want to capitalise on that here. As Josh Cosgrove choosing to go over on 2, but the referee...
He's not saying it's illegal, though. He's saying it's a net touch.
Saying there was a net touch, and Max Mikowski, captain, asking the referee for some clarity. Donaldson back to service line then. So Orito with a pass in, but not great. So it's going to go out to Max Mikowski, but he's blocked by Tate Millward. And we are back to 2. Donaldson on the service line, and Pete Mikowski choosing to take a timeout here and talk it over with his team.
It's getting tight.
Had a big lead in this 4th set, and Urmston Grammar have fought hard to keep themselves in the set and therefore in the game. Is this going to go to a 5th set? What do you think? People that are watching at home on the YouTube channel, is this going to go to a 5th set? So Donaldson here just needs to get the ball in play. They've called a timeout on him, but he's done. And Pete Mikowski, that is a point for you, sir. From one coach to another.
Ka-ching.
That is how you use your timeouts effectively, and at a really crucial point. So 21-18 now in this 4th set. Donaldson goes out to 4. Big swing, but a good touch from the block. Goes out to 4 for Oritoe. Swings, but some good defense from Urmston. And Leeds get another go at this. Oritoe with a swing, but a good block.
Well covered by the libero.
And Oritoe with another swing, but he misses. And 19-21.
This is going to be
So
interesting.
Alex Armstrong needs to get the ball in play and make Leeds play, which he does. Going out to 4. Oritoe with a swing. And again, Eaton just needs to close that block and finish in seam. Pete Mikowski thought we might see a substitution then, but he says, no, wait a second. He obviously wants to keep Liam Lamb front court and Oliver Fennell to serve. He puts in a really good serve. Donaldson does well to do something with that. Max Mikowski with some defense. And Gabriel Harrison with a swing off the high hands of the block. And Leeds are just 2 points away now from the under-18 men's title.
Here's for now serve. Oh,
So 2023 is a missed serve from Fennell. Leeds looking to do what the under-18 ladies couldn't do and win the title. And that was left by Max Mikowski, and well left, because that brings up match point to Leeds Gorse.
it's going to be Josh Cosgrove to serve. He's done well starting in as an opposite and now turning into setter.
So here we go, Josh Cosgrove. Ball in. Donaldson sticks it out to Eaton, who gives a free ball. But the setter has to take it. Max Mikowski puts the ball over, and it's going to be another free ball for Grammar. Ball goes back to Eaton, who's going to swing, but block touch. Goes out to 4. Big swing, but again, good defense from Armstrong. And he wants the ball back on a pipe, and he's missed it. And there we have it. Leeds Gorse win 3-1, 25-20. What a game of volleyball.
What a
A
game.
great display of under-18 volleyball. Leeds Gorse winning 3-1, 25-20 in the 4th set.
That was such an enjoyable watch, especially for me. I think just the joy, the offense that and the confidence that Leeds Gorse play with.
So, there we have it. Leeds Gorse winning the men's under-18 final. Under-18 ladies not successful. Boswell's taking that one, but the Leeds Gorse under-18 boys have done it here in the final game at the National Volleyball Centre in Kettering, and they get the medal. Urmston Grammar putting up a really good fight. And again, some of these players, remember, have played in 2 other finals this weekend. Some of these players playing in the under-16, the under-15, and the under-18 final, and perhaps just running out of steam today. But a really, really enjoyable game of volleyball here.
Yeah, all credit to both teams. You know, we've seen some brilliant volleyball. We've seen momentum tilts. We've seen comebacks. And yeah, these young players have so much to be proud of. And even for our silver medalist, Urmston, they've come all the way here to the national final. It's not an easy feat. They've been so many teams to get here, and they should be so proud of what they've achieved.
So that concludes our footage at National Cup Finals weekend this year. We hope you've enjoyed all the games that we've had on show for you. A really, really enjoyable game. A really, really enjoyable weekend of volleyball here. And that wraps up the indoor season as we look to go on the beach. But that is the last match of the indoor season for this year, as we prepare then for another exciting season next season. Thank you for all your comments and support on the YouTube channels. So we are about to get the medal ceremony underway. So giving our match officials their medals. First referee Pete Wyard and second referee Ludwik Kowalski. So the runners-up this year then, Urmston Grammar, under 18s, so getting his medal first, captain Alex Armstrong. Then their libero, Didier Sue, followed by setter, Connell Donaldson. Number 4, Kyron Tate Millwood. Number 5, Nagonda. Number 10, Sam Bartlett. Number 13, George Eaton. Number 16, Houston. Number 17, Oscar Smith. And medals for their coaching staff, Howard Ainsworth, Ian Hines. And the bench personnel done a sterling job this weekend, taking 3 of their boys' teams into finals. So, seen the medals given to the runners-up, which means it's time for the winners' medals. And Leeds Gorse. So first, getting his medal, captain Nathan Hampshire. Number 14, Dylan Parsons. Number 1, Max Mikowski. Number 2, Gabriel Harrison. Number 3, Josh Cosgrove. Number 5, Emmanuel Oritoe. Number 6, Oliver Fennell. Number 8, Jack Shorting. Number 10, Ben Sawley. Number 11, Liam Lamb. Number 12, Henry Dawitaj. Number 13, Evan Dando. And number 15, S.A. Mullerbrand. And their coaching team, Pete Mikowski. And assistant coach, Nelson Murangwa. And now it will be time to announce today's MVP from this game, decided by us up here in the commentary box. And the MVP award, the final one of this weekend, goes to Leeds Gorse, number 5, Emmanuel Oritoe, with a great display. Really solid in both offense, serving, and defense. Very well deserved. I hear he's a genuine nice guy as well. A really well deserved MVP in this final. And now, the final trophy celebration of the weekend, as captain Nathan Hampshire receives the trophy. And I reckon we're going to see some big celebrations. It looks like they might have practiced this. Leeds Gorse are your under-18 men's champions. So we will shortly have Oritoe up for a quick debrief of the game. But from me, Luke Wiltshire, part of the volleyball team, volleyball commentary team here, thank you ever so much for tuning in and listening. We hope you've enjoyed a great weekend of volleyball.
back next year with more action, more players, more trophies, and more volleyball to come. Remember, you can catch all of the matches on catch-up here on the Volleyball England YouTube channel. You can see all the games and all the post-match interviews that are happening upstairs with our media team as well. When you are leaving, please make sure you do take all of your belongings, that includes your children, and all your rubbish if you can on the way out. We wish you a safe journey home, wherever you're travelling to and whenever you're travelling back. Thank you very much for joining us here in Kettering. From everybody here at Volleyball England, we say good night.
So I'm joined by Iman Oritoe, our MVP in the under-18 men's final. So Iman, congratulations.
Thank you.
And how do you think your team performed?
I think overall we did really well. We had pretty solid pass, really good offense and really good defense. I think that's what helped us push through this final.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with your variety in your offense. That's why we gave you MVP. So saw some line shots, some power cross court, and some really good defense. So what were you happy with in your overall performance?
I was just happy that I was able to make good decisions while I was hitting. If I saw a line, I'd hit line, cross, I'd hit cross. So I had good variety today, so I like that.
Awesome. And so what's the future look like for this group of players? Some of you, this is your last year in this competition.
For the people that saw last year, they'll probably go on to do like amazing things, but most of our team is 08 and 09. So we'll probably be playing next season as well. Hopefully get to finals again. That'll be good.
Congratulations. And finally, from all of us, well done. Really good performance and well deserved.
Thank you.
So there we are. That concludes the Cup final weekend here at the National Volleyball Centre in Kettering. What a weekend of volleyball we've had. Thank you all for tuning in. And we look forward to doing it all again next season with the indoor season coming to a close. We'll be doing it all again next year. And I can't wait for it already. A really, really great weekend of volleyball. Thank you for tuning in and we hope you enjoyed it.